Hello everyone. Welcome back to Shash Drama Movies. Let's start our new drama Head Over Heels. Episode 1. Born into a family of witches, Park Xianga was a famed heavenly fairy. Her clairvoyant ability allowed her to see all kinds of ghosts and monsters. People continuously sought her for exorcisms, fortune-telling, and divination. One day, Park Xianga was helping a man exorcise an evil spirit from his body. Suddenly, a phone ringtone sounded. The next second, Park Xianga looked at her wrist. She realized it was her watch alarm. She could no longer care about anything else. She took off her witch robes, revealing her school uniform underneath. She abandoned her client and sprinted to school. Besides being a witch, Park Xianga was also an ordinary high school student. Like other students, she worried about being late and punished. Though she hurried, Park Xianga still arrived late and decisively climbed the school wall. She almost fell when she lost her grip. Fortunately, Po Jiho caught her just in time. Po Jiho was ranked second to last in their class. There was a test that day, and he was worried Park Xianga, the last-ranked student, might be absent. He waited there eagerly for her. Park Xianga decided to study hard during night self-study instead of sleeping. But within minutes, she fell asleep on her desk. A bespectacled boy got up to use the bathroom. He ignored the flickering hallway lights and didn't see the several slippery handprints on the wall. When he sat on the toilet, water dripped onto his neck. He looked up. A water ghost with disheveled hair and a gaping bloody mouth appeared before him. Frightened, he rushed back to the classroom and told everyone there was a water ghost in the bathroom. Everyone thought he was joking. Park Xianga, who was sleeping, also didn't take the matter seriously. Later, Park Xianga sat in the shrine as usual, performing divinations for people. The desires in this world are countless. Those without money seek wealth, those who are single seek a destined match. When desires aren't fulfilled, people become unhappy. Park Xianga told every client to cherish what they have in the present. No one knew that she, the witch, envied ordinary common people. Only one more client remained to finish the night's work. Park Xianga looked at the client who appeared before her, and her eyes instantly lit up. The boy who entered was entirely her type. However, the next moment, the boy in her sight started walking upside down. A little girl who once had a divination performed had prophesied that her destined love would appear upside down. Park Xianga screamed internally at the unfairness because anyone who entered walking upside down represented being plagued by misfortune, with their fate ending soon. She didn't want her destined love to be taken by heaven right after appearing. Confirming the boy was her destined person, she abandoned her reserve and grabbed his hand, swearing she would save him. She would remove all misfortune from the boy. She went to her mother for help. Her mother scolded her for taking on someone destined to die. After all, there was a past lesson, it nearly implicated her before. Back then, Park Xianga had tried to save a restaurant owner who walked in upside down. Not only did she fail to exorcise the vengeful ghost and save the owner's life, but Park Xianga herself was almost hit by a car. Her mother reminded her that someone entering upside down meant the law of equivalent exchange had activated. The price for forcibly changing fate was losing her own life. Unwilling to give up, Park Xianga blurted out that she liked the boy at first sight. The next day, the boy appeared before Park Xianga as a transfer student. Park Xianga, who was sleeping, got startled awake and stood up directly. Only then did she realize that as a witch, she had worn a mask the whole time, the boy hadn't seen her face. Her sudden movement drew ridicule from the whole class. Everyone mocked her for being boy crazy. Not wanting this, the boy helped her out, saying they had met before. That's why Park Xianga was surprised to see him appear. The boy's name was Bai Gong Wu. His act of helping Park Xianga made her like him even more. On her way home, Park Xianga saw the restaurant owner she failed to save, now a ghost, frantically stomping on a billboard, and Bai Gongwu happened to walk right under it. She rushed toward Bai Gongwu and was nearly hit by the falling billboard. Bai Gongwu pulled her into his arms. Park Xianga explained she intended to save someone but ended up being saved by Bai Gongwu. Park Xianga didn't understand why, but when facing danger, Bai Gongwu showed no trace of panic. Then it occurred to her, someone plagued by misfortune must have faced countless dangerous situations. To save Bai Gongwu, she sought out the famous flower fairy master for talismans. She spent a high price to obtain several talismans. Due to traveling back and forth to find the flower fairy master last night, she felt physically drained. She intended to collapse onto Bai Gongwu but was caught by Po Jiho instead. Park Xianga woke up in the infirmary after school had ended. She suddenly remembered she forgot to give the talismans to Bai Gongwu. Her original plan was to start a sweet romance using the talismans, then reveal her identity. Since the plan was disrupted, she could only give the talismans to Bai Gongwu using her witch identity. This time, she saw Bai Gongwu entering upside down, completely drenched. She suspected his manner of death might be drowning. She handed the talismans to Bai Gongwu. Before she could explain how to use them, Bai Gongwu suddenly demanded to know the cost. He accused Park Xianga of being a fraudulent scammer after money. Even though she wasn't trusted, Park Xianga still didn't give up on saving Bai Gongwu. Only 3 weeks remained until Bai Gongwu's death. Park Xianga checked nearby locations where drowning was likely. Po Jiho, who knew Park Xianga's identity, asked her to give a talisman to the bespectacled boy who saw the water ghost. Park Xianga analyzed that the bespectacled boy was simply too weak. Most importantly, she wanted to save the talismans for the handsome Bai Gongwu. Right after she spoke, Park Xianga saw several wet handprints on the wall. They extended all the way to the boy's bathroom. This time, Park Xianga believed the bespectacled boy's story. Perhaps there really was a ghost in the boy's bathroom. While everyone was in class, Park Xianga went to inspect the bathroom. As soon as she sat on the toilet, the soaking wet water ghost opened its mouth wide at her. She grabbed the water ghost's head with her talisman-covered hand. She asked the water ghost if it had any unfulfilled wishes. Park Xianga promised to perform exorcism rites for it. They also pinky promised it wouldn't scare classmates anymore. Just as Park Xianga was about to leave, several boys walked into the bathroom. She signaled the water ghost to remain silent. At that moment, Bai Gongwu entered. The water ghost heard Bai Gongwu's voice. It swiftly moved out and enveloped his head. Bai Gongwu instantly felt suffocated, gasping as if drowning. To save him, Park Xianga stuck the talisman onto a water pipe. She grabbed the hose and sprayed the water ghost on Bai Gongwu's head. Park Xianga continued spraying water following the water ghost's position, until the ghost finally disappeared due to the water fight. And that's how episode 1 comes to an end. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, do hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more such videos. We will meet in the next episode. Till then, stay tuned.